Today, we're taking one of the most socially important trains in Spain, the AVANT from Toledo to Madrid. It's a short journey, but it perfectly illustrates something that's rare in many countries and completely normal here. Regional services operated under public service obligations, running on high-speed lines at up to 250 km per hour. I'll show you the train, the trip, and talk a little about how this service came into existence and what it means for regional mobility. Come along! Hi and welcome to Toledo in Spain, a little over 70 kilometers south of Madrid. This station may serve regional high-speed trains today, but it's very much not a modern invention. This beautiful building was unveiled back in 1919 and it's one of the most distinctive stations in Spain, built in a beautiful neo-mudéjar style that reflects the city's history. For decades, this was a classic terminal station serving conventional trains, but in 2005 everything changed. The station was carefully restored and adapted to receive high-speed services, allowing Toledo to join Spain's rapidly expanding high-speed network while preserving its historical character. The transformation gave Toledo fast, frequent rail services to Madrid under the AVANT brand, the high-speed regional connections peculiar to Spain and about which I'll talk in detail throughout the video. Today, this service is linked Toledo and the capital in just over 30 minutes, turning what was once a much longer trip into a feasible daily commute for thousands of passengers daily. It's one of the examples of how Spain uses its high-speed infrastructure not just for intercity travel, but as a tool for regional mobility and public service. My train this morning departs at 8:03, right in the middle of the morning commuter rush, so let's head to the platform and see how high-speed rail works at the regional level. My train is already here. This is a RENFE Class 121 electric train set, one of the train classes used on AVANT services. They are dual-gauge trains, capable of operations in 1435mm gauge, like on this line, and also on the broad-gauge conventional lines. They are also bi-tension, capable of operating under 25 kV 50 Hz, like on today's service, but also under the 3000 volt direct current present in most of Spain's conventional network. The Class 121 is very similar to the Class 120, but adapted for regional high-speed use. Single-class layout, no cafeteria, and duplicated electrical systems, a safety feature required for long tunnels like the Guadarrama tunnels, north of Madrid. Operationally, they are ideal for AVANT services, fast speeds, short dwell times, and quick turnarounds. For passengers, that translates to smooth, comfortable and affordable short, high-speed hops rather than long-distance luxury. In the meantime, here's my seat. Unlike usually, I'll show you the train right away, using the opportunity of it being sort of empty still. The layout is in a 2+2 configuration with airline-style seats and some club seating mid-car. For luggage, there are luggage stacks and also luggage racks above the seats. While there isn't a cafeteria on board, there's this social area with a couple vending machines. There's also this area for reduced mobility passengers and in another area very useful bike racks. And this is the Class 121 RENFE train set. Pleased to meet you! Back in my seat, let me offer you a seat tour. There are individual power sockets, a convenient table with cup holder, a pocket, and a footrest. Individual reading lights, coat hooks, and window blinds complete the seat amenities. There are also TV sets for trip information or entertainment in a cabin that I find quite cozy and adequate. What do you think? In the meantime, it's time for departure. And as usual upon departure, today's trip map. Now, while we move toward Madrid, a short history lesson, because the story of AVANT explains why this short Toledo-Madrid trip matters so much. The concept began in the 1990s as the AVE Lanzadera, a medium-distance high-speed shuttle introduced by RENFE in the early 1990s to use spare high-speed train sets on shorter links. Over time, that idea evolved, and by 2005, the brand and services were renamed AVANT, focused on short high-speed regional links that give medium-sized cities fast, frequent and affordable connections to Madrid and other major hubs. Why is that important? Because AVANT is not just a marketing name. It's an operational model that mixes three characteristics. First, high-speed track and rolling stock. Second, regional trip patterns with short journeys and several daily frequencies. And third, public service support so that frequent affordable services can run even where a purely commercial operator might not make money. The last point, public service obligations or PSO, as a legal and financial framework under European law, which explicitly allows public authorities to commission, organize and compensate rail services of general interest. In practice, in Spain, that means the state contracts RENFE to provide commuter, medium-distance conventional services and the AVANT high-speed medium-distance services under a public service obligations contract, with the current one running since 2018 through 2027. Compensations in one hand and offer levels including not only frequencies but also comfort and amenities are all part of this contract. The legal framework requires transparency. Authorities must publish an annual report on which services are PSOs, which operators are selected and what compensation they receive. I'm leaving a link in the description below for the most recent related to 2024. So how big is this support? The Spanish Ministry's PSO report shows the scale. Media Distancia Alta Velocidad, that is AVANT services, recorded a compensation of 89.1 million euros in 2024, out of a total compensation for all rail public service obligations of a little over 1 billion euros. From a demand point of view, AVANT remains an important product for passengers. RENFE's reporting shows continued growth. AVANT services were used by over 6.7 million passengers in the first half of 2025, up slightly on the prior period, a sign that these short high-speed links attract steady usage. That demand context helps explain why authorities keep supporting frequent AVANT services. They deliver measurable mobility benefits. And for passengers and taxpayers in general, what does this all mean? It means fast, frequent trips like this one from Toledo to Madrid are possible. But they also depend on continued public support and contractual oversight to keep frequencies, fares and quality and the levels required to ensure continued success. And with all this, we're already in Madrid, arriving at Puerta de Atocha, the main high-speed station of the Spanish capital. So, what are my impressions of this trip? Honestly, it's a very good one. The train is comfortable, modern, and offers more than enough amenities for such a short journey. What would easily take a bit over an hour by car, especially during rush hour, took just 31 minutes by train and without the stress of driving and finding a parking spot. This really shows the strength of the AVANT concept. Fast, frequent, affordable and practical high-speed travel for everyday mobility, showing that high-speed lines may be used to more than just long-distance trips. So yes, I'm a happy camper on this one. I can absolutely recommend this service whether you're wondering if the AVANT is a good option for commuting or if you're a tourist in Madrid deciding whether the train makes sense for a day trip to Toledo. And, of course, the same goes the other way around. Fast, comfortable and straight to the city center. Hard to argue with that. Thanks for riding with me on today's journey all the way to the end. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, share and drop a comment below. It really helps the channel grow and keeps these rail adventures rolling, always with a bit of history and technology. Thanks for coming along, and I'll see you next week.